Have you ever wondered, if our bodies are these amazing, self-healing machines, why do we seem to be getting sick more often than ever? Feels like a paradox, right? We're living longer, we have incredible medical advancements, yet chronic illnesses, allergies, and just that general feeling of being unwell seem to be on the rise. What's going on? Let's dive into this today. The human body is truly a masterpiece of nature. Think about it. When you get a cut, your skin knows exactly how to knit itself back together. When you catch a cold, your immune system launches a sophisticated counterattack to fight off the invaders. This innate ability to maintain balance and repair damage is called homeostasis. Our bodies are constantly working 24/7 to keep us in a state of health. From cellular repair while we sleep to detoxifying harmful substances, it's a non-stop operation. So if the default setting for our body is heal, why are so many of us stuck in a cycle of sickness? The problem isn't that our bodies have forgotten how to heal. The problem is that we are constantly overwhelming this incredible system. Imagine trying to clean your house while a dozen people are continuously walking through with muddy boots. That's essentially what we're doing to our bodies every single day. The modern world, for all its conveniences, has thrown a series of curveballs that our ancient biology just wasn't prepared for. Let's start with one of the biggest culprits, our modern diet. Our bodies evolved over millennia on a diet of whole, unprocessed foods. Fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, nuts, seeds. These foods are packed with the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that our healing systems need to function. Now look at what many of us eat today. Highly processed foods loaded with refined sugars, unhealthy fats, and a long list of artificial ingredients. When we consume these foods, it's like throwing a wrench into our finely tuned machinery. Sugar, for example, is a major driver of chronic inflammation. A little bit of inflammation is good. It's part of the healing response. But chronic, low-grade inflammation is like a fire that never goes out, damaging our cells and tissues over time and contributing to conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and autoimmune disorders. These processed foods are also often stripped of the very nutrients our bodies need for repair. So we're simultaneously causing damage and starving our repair crews of their essential tools. Next up is our increasingly sedentary lifestyle. Our ancestors were constantly on the move. They walked, ran, hunted, and gathered. This movement wasn't just about burning calories. It was crucial for circulation, lymphatic drainage, which is our body's waste removal system, and maintaining muscle mass and bone density. Today, many of us spend our days sitting, at a desk, in a car, on the couch. This lack of movement leads to stagnant circulation and a sluggish lymphatic system. Think of it like a plumbing system that gets clogged. Toxins and waste products can't be efficiently cleared out, which further burdens our body and hampers its ability to heal. Then there is the invisible stressor that has become a constant companion for so many of us, chronic stress. Our stress response, the fight-or-flight mechanism, is a brilliant survival tool. When faced with a real threat, your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. This gives you a burst of energy to either fight the danger or run away from it. The problem is, our bodies can't tell the difference between a saber-toothed tiger and a looming work deadline, a traffic jam, or a worrying news headline. In the modern world, we are triggering the stress response multiple times a day. This means our bodies are constantly flooded with stress hormones. Chronically high cortisol levels suppress the immune system, making us more susceptible to infections. It disrupts our sleep, which is the prime time for cellular repair. It interferes with digestion and can lead to a host of other health problems. We are living in a perpetual state of emergency, and this diverts energy and resources away from the essential, long-term projects of healing and maintenance. Another major factor is our environment. We are surrounded by a cocktail of environmental toxins that our grandparents never had to contend with. Pollutants in the air we breathe, chemicals in the water we drink, pesticides on our food, and synthetic compounds in our cleaning products and personal care items. Our liver and kidneys are our primary detoxification organs, and they do an amazing job. But there's a limit to how much they can handle. When they become overwhelmed, these toxins can accumulate in our bodies, disrupting our hormones, damaging our DNA, and contributing to a wide range of illnesses. We're essentially asking our bodies to perform a massive cleanup job with a limited crew and dwindling supplies. And let's not forget the importance of sleep. Sleep is not a luxury, it is a biological necessity. It is during these precious hours that our body does most of its heavy lifting in terms of repair and regeneration. Our brain flushes out metabolic waste, our tissues repair themselves, and our immune system recharges. Yet, so many of us are chronically sleep deprived. We sacrifice sleep for work, for entertainment, for a million other things. But by doing so, we are robbing our bodies of their most critical healing period. And it's like a construction crew that is forced to work around the clock without any breaks or new materials. Eventually, the structure starts to crumble. So when you put it all together, a nutrient-poor, inflammatory diet, a sedentary lifestyle, chronic stress, a constant barrage of environmental toxins, and a lack of quality sleep, it's no wonder our bodies are struggling. We haven't lost our ability to heal. We have systematically created an environment, both internal and external, that makes healing incredibly difficult. We're fighting an uphill battle against our own lifestyle choices. But here's the good news. This isn't a story of doom and gloom. It's a story of empowerment. Because if our choices are a big part of the problem, they are also the key to the solution. Our bodies are incredibly resilient. They want to heal. We just need to stop overwhelming them and start giving them what they need to do their job. It doesn't require a radical, overnight overhaul. It's about making small, consistent changes that add up over time. Start by adding more whole foods to your diet. Can you add one more serving of vegetables to your dinner? Can you swap that sugary soda for a glass of water? Start moving your body in ways that you enjoy. A brisk walk in the park, a dance class, stretching while you watch TV. It all counts. Find healthy ways to manage your stress. This could be meditation, deep breathing exercises, spending time in nature, or simply unplugging from your devices for a little while each day. Prioritize your sleep. Create a relaxing bedtime routine and aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. And become more mindful of the products you use in your home and on your body. Opt for natural, non-toxic alternatives whenever possible. The power to reclaim your health is largely in your hands. Our bodies are not broken, they are burdened. By reducing the burden and providing the right support, you can unlock your body's incredible, innate healing potential. You can shift from a state of merely surviving to a state of truly thriving. It's a journey, not a destination, but it's one of the most rewarding journeys you can ever embark on. We tend to think of sickness as bad luck, a genetic roll of the dice. We say it runs in the family. But the World Health Organization states that lifestyle and environmental factors account for 80% of chronic disease expression, 80%. That leaves only 20% for genetic. We have been sold a story that our genes are our destiny. If your father had a heart attack, you will too. If your mother had diabetes, prepare for it. This is fatalism. And fatalism is profitable. If you believe you are a victim of your DNA, you will remain a patient forever. You will hand over your power to the pharmaceutical company, to the doctor, to the system. But the science of epigenetics has changed everything. Epigenetics teaches us that genes are not the blueprint. They are the switches. Your DNA is like a piano. It has all the keys. But who is playing the piano? Your environment, your thoughts, your food, your movement. Your sleep, these are the fingers on the keys. They determine which switches are turned on and which are turned off. You can have a gene for disease, but if the environment does not trigger it, it may never express itself. Conversely, you could have healthy genes, but if the environment is toxic, you can turn on the switches for illness. You are not a passenger in your body. You are the gardener. And right now, we need to look at the soil. We need to understand what we are planting and what we are pulling out by the roots. The biology of regeneration to understand why we are sick. We must understand how we are supposed to be well. We must understand the baseline, the core. Principle of human biology is homeostasis. Homeostasis is the body's relentless pursuit of balance. It is the thermostat in your house. If you get too hot, you sweat to cool down. If you get too cold, you shiver to generate heat. If your blood sugar spikes after a meal, your pancreas releases insulin to store the energy. If it drops to low, your liver releases stored glucose to fuel your brain. Your body is constantly correcting errors. Every single second, trillions of corrections happen every day without your conscious awareness. You do not tell your heart to beat. You do not tell your kidneys to filter. You do not tell your cells to divide. It happens. Consider your skin. You shed roughly 30,000 to 40,000 dead skin cells every minute. Your entire outer layer replaces itself every month. Your stomach lining replaces itself every few days, or the acid would digest you. Your liver can regenerate up to 75% of its mass after damage. This is not theory. This is measurable, observable fact. We have stem cells circulating in our blood right now. They are waiting for a signal of damage. When they receive it, they migrate to the site and differentiate into whatever tissue is needed. Bone, muscle, nerve. This is the evidence. The capacity for repair is not a possibility. There's a physiological certainty, so what stops it? Healing happens in a cascade. It requires energy. It requires raw materials, and it requires silence. First, there is inflammation. We fear this word. We take pills to stop it. We ice it. We suppress it. But acute inflammation is the fire that burns out the infection. It is the cleanup crew. White blood cells rush to the site to destroy pathogens and remove dead tissue. Without it, you cannot heal. You need the fire to clean the ground before you can rebuild. Proliferation. This is the rebuilding phase. The body needs protein, vitamins, minerals, and sleep to build new tissue. It needs collagen to knit the skin. It needs calcium to harden the bone. It needs energy to synthesize new cells. Remodeling. This is the strengthening. The new tissue is organized and strengthened to withstand stress. Imagine trying to build a house while someone is constantly knocking down the walls. That is what happens when the body is in a state of chronic stress. The healing cascade is interrupted. The construction crew is sent away before the job is done. They start to build, but then another threat arrives, and the resources are diverted to survival. When healing is interrupted repeatedly, we get scar tissue. We get dysfunction. We get disease. The body does the best it can with what it has, but if the input is chaos, the output will be disorder. Nature always seeks to restore. Your body is nature. It wants to restore, but it cannot restore if the attack never stops. It cannot build a cathedral if it is constantly fighting off a siege. The modern mismatch here is the crux of the issue. Your body is running software from the Stone Age, but you are living in the digital age. This is called the mismatch theory. Your genetics have not changed significantly in the last 10,000 years. You are genetically identical to your ancestors who hunted and gathered on the savannah. But your world has changed completely in the last 50. We have changed the environment faster than biology can adapt. Imagine you are walking on a savannah 100,000 years ago. You see a predator, a lion. Your sympathetic nervous system activates. Adrenaline floods your system. Cortisol spikes. Your heart rate increases. Your blood sugar rises to give you energy to run or fight. Your digestion shuts down because you don't need to digest food while you are running for your life. Your immune system mobilizes because you might get bitten. You survive. You rest. Your parasympathetic system kicks in. You digest. You sleep, you heal. The stress hormones return to baseline. Now imagine today. You wake up and check your phone, that's stress. Emails about work, that's stress. You sit in traffic, that's stress. You worry about your mortgage, that's stress. You drink caffeine to stay alert, which mimics stress hormones. You eat processed food that spikes your blood sugar, causing metabolic stress. You scroll through bad news before bed, signaling danger to your brain. You sit in a chair for 10 hours, signaling to your body that you are in hiding. The body does not know the difference between a lion and a late email. It only knows threat. For millions of years, stress was acute and short. It was physical today. Stress is chronic and unending. It is psychological. It is emotional. It is chemical. When the fight or flight switch is stuck in the on position, the body diverts energy away from long-term projects like healing, immunity, and digestion, and puts it all into immediate survival. Why would your body invest energy in repairing your liver if it thinks you are about to be eaten by a lion? It won't that it saves that energy for your muscles so you can run. So we walk around with high blood sugar, high blood pressure, and suppressed immunity, waiting for a threat that never comes. We are burning the engine at red line while parked in the driveway. Eventually, the engine blows. That is chronic disease. It is not just stress. It is the material we are built from. You are literally made of what you consume. Every cell in your body is built from the atoms of the food you eat, the water you drink, and the air you breathe. In the last century, we have introduced over 80,000 new synthetic chemicals into our environment. Many have never been tested for long-term human safety. They are in our plastics, our water, our food supply, and our air, pesticides on our vegetables, heavy metals in our water, microplastics in our blood, endocrine disruptors in our cosmetics. Your body has detoxification pathways, your liver, your kidneys, your lymphatic system, your skin. They are designed to filter waste. They are designed to process toxins. But imagine a sink with a drain that is clogged. If you keep pouring water in, it overflows. We are overwhelming our detoxification pathways. When the body cannot eliminate toxins through the proper channels, it stores them where? In fat tissue. This is a protective mechanism. The body says, I cannot let this poison circulate in my blood and damage my brain or heart, so I will lock it away in the fat. This is why losing weight can sometimes make people feel sick initially. You are mobilizing stored toxins back into the bloodstream faster than you can eliminate them. We are fighting a war on the fronts, internal stress and external toxicity. And we are fighting it with a body that thinks it is still living in a cave. No wonder we are tired. No wonder we are sick. No wonder we are anxious. The system is overloaded. But an overloaded system can be reset. But the silent saboteurs we mentioned inflammation earlier. Acute inflammation heals. Chronic inflammation kills. Chronic inflammation is low-grade, systemic, and often silent. You might not feel pain, but your markers are high. You might feel fine until you don't. This is the root of almost every modern disease. Heart disease is inflammation of the arteries. The plaque builds up because the artery wall is damaged and inflamed. Alzheimer's is inflammation of the brain. Diabetes is inflammation of the metabolic system. Cancer thrives in an inflammatory environment. What fuels this fire? The standard American diet. High in refined sugars, industrial seed oils, and processed carbohydrates. These foods trigger an immune response. Every time you eat them, you are lighting a small match inside your veins. Sugar is particularly insidious. It glycates your proteins. It makes them sticky. It damages your blood vessels. It feeds the bad bacteria in your gut. It spikes your insulin, and high insulin is inflammatory. Do it once, it's fine. Your body can handle it. Do it 3 times a day for 30 years, and you have a bonfire. You are drowning your cells in inflammatory signals. We cannot talk about health without talking about the gut. We used to think the brain was the command center. We now know the gut is the second brain. There is a direct physical connection between your gut and your brain called the vagus nerve. It is the information superhighway of your body. 90% of your serotonin, the happiness hormone, is produced in your gut. 70% of your immune system resides in your gut. Your mood, your anxiety, your sleep, your immunity, it all starts in the digestive tract. You are more bacteria than you are human. Trillions of microbes live inside you. They dictate your mood, your cravings, and your immunity. When you feed them sugar and processed food, the bad bacteria thrive. They crowd out the good bacteria. They damage the gut lining. This leads to what is known as increased intestinal permeability or leaky gut. The tight junctions between your cells loosen. Particles of undigested food and bacteria leak into your bloodstream. Your immune system attacks them because they don't belong there. This creates systemic inflammation. This is why you can have brain fog, anxiety, and fatigue, and the root cause is in your digestion. We treat the head, but we ignore the gut. We treat the symptom, but ignore the source. We take antidepressants for a gut problem. We take painkillers for an inflammation problem caused by food. To heal the body, you must heal the terrain. You must tend the garden. You cannot have a healthy mind and an unhealthy gut. You cannot have a strong immune system if your barrier is compromised. Reclaiming agency. So how do we fix this? How do we unblock the healing? We do not need a miracle drug. We do not need a magic pill. We need to return to the fundamentals. We need to remove the obstacles so the body can do what it already knows how to do. The first pillar is sleep. Sleep is not downtime. Sleep is active repair. During deep sleep, the glymphatic system in your brain opens up and washes away neurotoxins. This is when growth hormone is released. This is when memories are consolidated. This is when your immune system regenerates. If you are sleeping 5 hours a night, you are biologically impairing your ability to heal. It is that simple. You cannot supplement your way out of sleep deprivation. You cannot caffeine your way out of exhaustion. Prioritizing sleep is the single most powerful act of self-respect you can perform. It is saying to your body, I value you enough to let you repair. The second pillar is movement. The human body is designed to move, is designed to walk, to run, to lift, to carry. Lymph fluid, which carries immune cells, does not have a pump like the heart. It relies on muscle contraction to flow. If you sit still, your immune system stagnates, toxins build up. You do not need to run marathons. You do not need to punish yourself in the gym. You need to walk. You need to lift heavy things occasionally. You need to signal to your body that it is strong and needed. Muscle is not just for aesthetics. Muscle is an organ of longevity. It stores glucose. It produces anti-inflammatory molecules. It protects your bones. Movement is medicine. The third pillar is autophagy. This is a Nobel Prize-winning discovery. Autophagy means self-feeding. When you go without food for a period, typically 16 hours or more, your body realizes food is not coming. It starts to look for internal sources of energy. Your cells start to clean house. They digest old, damaged proteins and recycle them for energy. They remove misfolded proteins that can lead to disease. It is cellular renewal. It is taking out the trash. But you cannot trigger autophagy if you are constantly snacking. If you eat from the moment you wake up until the moment you sleep, your body is always in digestion mode. It never gets a break to clean. You must give the body a break from digestion so it can focus on repair. Fasting is not starvation. It is rest for your metabolism. Sleep.movement.fasting. Nutrition. Stress management. These are not trends. These are biological requirements. They are the non-negotiables of being human. When you ignore them, you get sick. When you honor them, you heal. This can feel overwhelming. You might be thinking, do I have to change everything? Do I have to be perfect? No. Biology responds to consistency, not intensity. Perfection is the enemy of progress. If you add one vegetable to your dinner, that is a signal. If you drink one extra glass of water, that is a signal. If you go to bed 30 minutes earlier, that is a signal. If you take 10 deep breaths when you feel stressed, that is a signal. Your body is listening. It is waiting for the signal that the war is over, that it is safe to heal. It is waiting for you to stop fighting against it and start working with it. Conclusion and the call to life. We have covered the science. We have covered the obstacles. We have looked at the mismatch between our biology and our world. But there is one final barrier. The barrier of belief. Many of us identify as sick. It becomes part of our story. We say, I have a bad back. I have weak digestion. I get sick every winter. We wear our diagnoses like badges. We introduce ourselves by our ailments. When you identify with the illness, you subconsciously fight against the cure. Because if you get well, who are you? What happens to the identity you have built around being the sick one? You must be willing to let go of the story of sickness to make room for the story of health. You must shift your identity. You are not a patient. You are a participant. You are not a victim of your biology. You are the steward of it. Medicine can save your life in an emergency. If you break your leg, you need a cast. If you have an infection, you might need antibiotics. We are not saying to reject modern medicine. We are saying to recognize its limits. Medicine can manage disease, but medicine cannot give you health. Health is not something you get from a doctor. Health is not something you buy at a pharmacy. Health is something you create every day. It is a practice. It is a discipline. It is a relationship with yourself. The power is not in the pill. The power is in the lifestyle. The power is in the choices you make when no one is watching. The power is in the food you choose to put in your mouth. The power is in the decision to rest when you are tired. The power is in the decision to move when you are stagnant. The body was designed to heal. It is the most sophisticated technology in the known universe. It has kept you alive through every challenge you have ever faced. It has beaten back viruses. It has wear upon bones. It has repaired cells. It has fought for you every single day. Do not blame your body for being sick. Thank your body for surviving. Apologize to it for the stress you have put it under. And now, give it what it needs to thrive. Remove the obstacles. Trust the process. Respect the biology. You were not made to merely survive this life. You were not made to endure until the end. You were made to heal, to grow, and to live it fully. You were designed for vitality. You were designed for strength. You were designed for peace. The capacity is within you. It has been there all along. It is waiting for you to remove the blocks. It is waiting for you to turn the switch. So today, make a choice. Not a resolution for next year. A choice for today. Drink the water. Eat the real food. Take the walk. Sleep the sleep. Breathe the breath. Your body is ready, are you? This is the Health Redeemer, where we restore balance, respect biology, and rediscover the intelligence built within the human body. Healing was never lost. It was only interrupted. Like, subscribe and share, so more people can remember what their bodies were designed to do.